Issues and Tissue, a contemporary magazine program that engages and discusses issues of development within and outside the state. The program brings to the fore ranging topics like education, politics, agriculture, just name it, while we examine the nitty-gritty of the issue in focus. Join me, BC Akpaida, every Wednesday on African Independent Television, AIT, for an exciting time. Issues and Tissue. If we can think it, we can discuss it. Hello, and thank you so much for staying tuned to African Independent Television, AIT, here in Benin City, Edo State. It's another exciting edition of your program Issues and Tissues, a program that seeks to address issues of development within Edo State and environs. If you can think of, an issue, then we can discuss it on the program. And it's just a few weeks, to Christmas or to the end of the year, like some people would say. I hope you're beginning to do a recap of how the year has been. Yeah, it's been a very fantastic year, a year with a lot of challenges, actually new challenges, and I hope you were able to make the best. And you're still making the best of the year. Let's just hope and be positive, stay positive, because I'm very confident that between now into the end of the year and even the year 2021, obviously, we might have changes and new things coming our way. Yes, but in the course of our going around town, we came across the director at the National Open University, actually one of the directors at the university. Why now? Now is quite, very important at a time like this because, well, I would say they are pioneering the online studies, which a lot of people right now are beginning to find very attractive and as the new normal right now in the country and the world at large. So yes, we'll get to know more about what is going on, the best way to approach our courses online, and how to deal with some of these educational issues, especially online, And we'll be right back after the break. Don't go nowhere. My name is BC Akpaida. We'll be right back. Issues and Tissue, a contemporary magazine program that engages and discusses issues of development within and outside the state. The program brings to the fore ranging topics like education, politics, agriculture, just name it, while we examine the nitty-gritty of the issue in focus. Join me, BC Akpaida, every Wednesday on African Independent Television, AIT, for an exciting time. Issues and Tissue. If we can think it, we can discuss it. Thank you so much for staying tuned. This is still Issues and Tissues on your number one station, African Independent Television. Before we went on that short break, I told you that we'll be meeting with the director, National Open University now, and he's right here. He will be telling us a lot about what it takes, to have online lectures, online courses, and some of the challenges, and how to make the best of these times, especially with the coronavirus and all of the social distancing and studying online. He is Professor Olubiyi Adeniyi Adewale. That's the director, Open University Benin Center here in Edo State. We'll get to meet him shortly. Don't go nowhere. Issues and Tissue, a contemporary magazine program that engages and discusses issues of development within and outside the state. The program brings to the fore ranging topics like education, politics, agriculture, just name it, while we examine the nitty-gritty of the issue in focus. Join me, BC Akpaida, every Wednesday on African Independent Television, AIT, for an exciting time. Issues and Tissue. If we can think it, we can discuss it.
My name is Olubiyi Adeniyi Adewale. I'm a professor of biblical studies and currently the director of Benin Studies Center of the National Open University of Nigeria. The National Open University of Nigeria is a federal government established university, and it's supposed to handle the open and distance learning education. Actually, the only open education university in Nigeria as of today.
Okay.
It was established about 2004, and since then we have been moving on stronger. Like every other open university in the world,
Okay.
National Open University of Nigeria relies on IT for effective running of its educational programs. And that is exactly what helped us during the COVID era. Because before the COVID era, we're already going online. Facilitations are going on online. Lecturers only have to schedule their meeting with the students online, and we teach our classes. So even when COVID kept us away from full activities, students' lectures, we don't call it lecture anymore, we call it facilitation. Students have been facilitated all over the country.
Okay.
So, and that's why we didn't have much problem. And that's why it's easy for us to move on to the exams when the situation allowed the university to meet. And even during the COVID, we wrote some exams online. And actually, that was also the first time the university was coming on to write exams online, especially when you talk about pen and paper exam. And it was a very beautiful experience, both for the students and for the university. I will tell you that it is the online learning that is more engaging. And I am speaking not out of opinion, but out of experience, both as an academic staff of an open university and an alumni of an open university.
Wow.
So because actually I did a master's degree in instructional design and technology from Open University of Malaysia, and I also have a postgraduate diploma in distance education from National Open University of Nigeria. So from both ends, I can tell you that, yeah, it's more engaging than to be in the traditional classroom. I think it's a misconception.
Okay.
Because, well, maybe because they felt, let me put it this way, there are so many misconceptions about the National Open University of Nigeria, really. There was a time some people felt that, you are, what do they call, part-time.
Yes.
and I mean, I've received calls that prospective students will tell me that, please, do you run part-time program? And I tell them that National Open University does not run part-time program. Yes, we run open system, but that doesn't make us a part-time institution. We run full-time program. The only thing is that the mode at which we run is electronic more than being in the class. And then the issue of the distance, which is covered by so many other ways. Yeah. So the system is actually, in fact, the whole world is tuning into open and distance learning today. And that's one thing Nigeria has to know. And being in an open and distance learning university does not make you a second class, or neither does it make it exclusively for those who are working. I can tell you today, I think we ran a research some years ago, and we discovered that in the National Open University of Nigeria, we have more of the youngsters who, because they have not been admitted by JAMB, are here. And they are not working per se, though there are some of them now who, because of the time they have on their hands, that are getting things to do. But the issue is that we even have more young people than those who are matured or working adults. Only do that when the student is writing what we call TMA, tutor marked assignment, which is something we can compare to the CA in the university. And tutor marked assignments like the CA are meant to teach the student. It's a learning opportunity. So that's why an assignment can be given to a student in the conventional university. He goes home and begin to consult books to write. So if a student who is doing TMA is consulting internet, he's also learning.
Okay, it's
And that
allowed.
is it. At that level, it is allowed. But when you are now writing the end of semester exam, which is a major exam, it's not possible. First time we did that was during the COVID-19.
Yeah.
I was one of those who are monitoring the exam. And let me tell you what this university did. All we did is to procure a software. And we installed that software in the head office. And then any student that's going to write that exam is going to install the software of that program on his own system, and that software allows whoever is supervising or monitoring the exam to see you from wherever you are.
Okay.
And that program will tell me if you are looking away from the screen, it's going to tell me that candidate is looking away from the screen. If anybody enters where you are writing exam with a telephone, it's going to tell me that there is a telephone inside this place. If people are talking, it's going to tell me that people are talking in the background. And so we're able to monitor. So once we see things that tells us that, look, this person is engaging in an unwholesome act, from Abuja office we send a text message to him, or we send him a warning that, look, this is what we are seeing. If you see that warning one time, second time, the third time, we cut you off and we accuse you of exam misconduct. For now, National Open University of Nigeria has not started engineering.
Okay.
We have not started medicine. The only thing close to medicine that we have now is nursing science. Okay. And our nursing science is actually built exclusively for those who are already with their diploma in nursing. Then we have laboratory collaboration with existing institutions. We also have virtual or simulated laboratories. So that takes cover for the students. For our law students, I can tell you categorically that even in this study center there is a moot court, and we have moot courts in most of our major study centers. We have our law library special, like is required of every faculty of law to have their law library. So our students are not shortchanged. We do our IT, we send students out for practical experiences, CWES, and so on. So we don't lack in anything.
Issues and Tissue, a contemporary magazine program that engages and discusses issues of development within and outside the state. The program brings to the fore ranging topics like education, politics, agriculture, just name it, while we examine the nitty-gritty of the issue in focus. Join me, BC Akpaida, every Wednesday on African Independent Television, AIT, for an exciting time. Issues and Tissue. If we can think it, we can discuss it. Okay, you're welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned. Yes, we're back and still speaking with Professor Adewale. He's the director, National Open University of Nigeria. Let's hear him and enjoy more of what he has to say to us today. Issues and Tissue, a contemporary magazine program that engages and discusses issues of development within and outside the state. The program brings to the fore ranging topics like education, politics, agriculture, just name it, while we examine the nitty-gritty of the issue in focus. Join me, BC Akpaida, every Wednesday on African Independent Television, AIT, for an exciting time. Issues and Tissue. If we can think it, we can discuss it.
I know it has affected the educational system because many universities were closed down and there was no interaction. But for us, we were able to maneuver our way because of our dependence on IT. Since we have been doing facilitation online, we just continued. So even when the students were at home, I was lecturing throughout I was facilitating, sorry if I use the term lecture, I was facilitating throughout the period, and I have 5 courses to facilitate, and all my courses were done as to time. Then, one of the things that gave us problem was clearance for exam, because students do physical clearance before. Again, what we did was to turn the clearance to electronic form of clearance. and it helped us very well to move on. And that's why we were able to hold exam even during the COVID. And we only waited for those that could not write during the COVID for the COVID to be over. And rather than ask students to resume for lectures, we just went on to exam straight because we have done everything we were supposed to do. Well, since the establishment of the university, we have moved very, very strongly. But I can tell you that one of our strengths lies in our course materials. And our course materials have been hailed even from outside this country to be of good standard. And course materials is one of the strengths of any open university. Secondly, National Open University of Nigeria is not operating as an island. We are members of various bodies. The African Council of Distance Education, we are members of the International Council of Distance Education, we are members of the Commonwealth of Learning, and all these are bodies that kind of advise and regulate on how Open University should be done. Again, in the past when Open University started, we were doing physical facilitation. Students have to come compulsorily to the study center or designated venue for facilitation to hold their facilitation. But today, that is no longer necessary because all they need to do is just to be in the comfort of their home and log in when they are supposed to log in. And today, I think the enrollment of the students in Open University is over 500,000 today. No university has that in this country. And very soon, we will be doing our next convocation and we might be convocating close to 25,000 students, if not more. So we have really, really achieved a lot. But we try to follow the rules. Like anyway, I have my face mask and most staff have their face mask. We have our sanitizers and we are asking people to relate as much as possible in full awareness of the law. We have problems with the educational sector in this country and it needs heavy financial involvement. And I would just say that let the government spend the necessary money to be spent to revamp our educational system. Because the truth is this, a country is only as rich as its citizens are educated. Well, I will answer in a very subjective way. Let them come up to National Open University of Nigeria. Because with us, whether you like it or not, you have to learn with IT. So when you are learning, you are becoming more IT savvy. And we all know how important it is to be IT compliant in the world today. So that's my way of answering it. Let me again say it this way. For international level of education, good exposure, let them try the Open University. We have room to admit as many students as we can admit. We are the only one that is not under quota or number, a kind of limit to the number of students that you can admit.
And you are not also under ASU?
Well, we are not also in any union.
Okay.
So we kind of work 24/7.
Issues and Tissue, a contemporary magazine program that engages and discusses issues of development within and outside the state. The program brings to the fore ranging topics like education, politics, agriculture, just name it, while we examine the nitty-gritty of the issue in focus. Join me, BC Akpaida, every Wednesday on African Independent Television, AIT, for an exciting time. Issues and Tissue. If we can think it, we can discuss it. Okay, that will be all we have for you today on the program Issues and Tissues. And for those of you who can join us weekly, we appreciate you and we hope you're gaining a thing or two. Just in case you need to reach out to us, you can reach out to literaryminds@yahoo.com. Literary Minds is the way it's spelled, LITERARYMINDS @yahoo.com. Yes, of course, drop your comments. And you can also find, repeated editions or recorded editions on G+. Yes, just go to your YouTube and find that edition you would love to watch over and over. Yeah, that'll be all today. My name is Bisi Akpaida. Stay blessed and stay safe. Make sure you wash your hands steady and adhere to all of the NCDC, the strict compliance rules in ensuring that, we chase coronavirus away. Have a lovely day. Issues and Tissue, a contemporary magazine program that engages and discusses issues of development within and outside the state. The program brings to the fore ranging topics like education, politics, agriculture, just name it, while we examine the nitty-gritty of the issue in focus. Join me, Bisi Akpaida, every Wednesday on African Independent Television, AIT, for an exciting time. Issues and Tissue. If we can think it, we can discuss it.